Hey Glam Fam, welcome back. As you can tell, today I am going to be ranking my top 5 seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now this is completely subjective, this is all my opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so in my opinion, the top 5 season of Real Housewives of Atlanta was season 4. For me, the talls versus the smalls was one of the best divides among the group because they were actually honest about it. Usually these ladies like to lie and act like they're not in alliances and no, we're not on teams, we're not on that. This season, they was honest. It's the talls versus the smalls. I like that because these girls love to act like they don't have cliques, and this season they actually made it a thing. This is also where we were introduced to Marlo.
Hi there. Hi, how are you doing? Love those boots. Well, thank you. Love your dress.
You know, in my opinion, Marlo is the best friend in Housewives history. This was the Africa trip where we got Marlo versus Sheree. Got the fallout of the Peter and Cynthia wedding drama.
We're gonna make a toast to friends and family. And Mallory.
Peter and Greg were divorced. I mean, not Peter. Nene and Greg were divorced and Nene was dating that guy, John. And this is also where we started to see Kim move away from the show because she had met Croy and she started having kids. So she was more focused on her family. So in my opinion, season 4 was a top 5 season and I'm gonna put it at number 5. Moving on to number 4. I am going to have to say season 5 is gonna take that number 4 spot because Portia and Kenya stepped on the scene and just took over.
Like I just stepped off the stage yesterday, okay? 40 is fabulous, honey. You add 10 years to your age and then tell me how fabulous from your title was from.
Have a nice day.
You have a nice day.
Please buckle up.
And don't contact me to come meet you and whatever else food your ass
I will be Dorothy Dandridge. This is my party. No, you will be Dorothy Dandridge outside on the curb, guys. Please see her out.
I feel like the dynamic of the group completely shifted when they stepped on the scene. Nene kind of stepped back and tried to be peacemaker. They were the center of the drama and they were the main drama of the season. They came and worked for those spots. Their drama was legendary. They definitely carried the season. Phaedra was also dragged into the drama a bit with the Apollo and Kenya situation.
Okay, get in the pool.
Very poor taste. I don't like stuff like that. You know, that was Kenya, and then she had her Walter drama. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Kenya and Portia carried season 5. And honestly, it was pretty much Kenya versus everybody except Nene. But she held her own and she really solidified herself as one of the fan favorites. If y'all remember that reunion that I reacted to season 5 where she went against everybody and she really held her own.
Because that's not the truth. We've already talked about it, so next.
That's the truth. Now, well, you know what? We can't. You're in the bathroom, homeboy, and you didn't do nothing. You're that fabulous.
Okay, here's a twirl for you, baby.
That's another promotion. Sit your ass down. That's another promotion. According to them all season, he's a groupie. Says he's a groupie. What it says about you?
You say I'm fake. I say I'm fabulous. You say
that's what you
I'm
do. You
ghetto.
spaz out every time it don't go your way.
At the end of the day, you know, I really don't care much for her.
Maybe you should stop texting me then.
Stop texting me? Maybe.
They was giving it to her and she was giving it back and she had Nene cracking up. Also, her and Phaedra went back. They had a little ping pong at the reunion and that was funny. So Kenya came in and did what she needed to do. And Portia kind of came through at the reunion because I remember Andy said that she wasn't going to be asked back for the next season until she made that speech.
And that's what I saw in you, Cynthia. Even you, Kenya. I saw this in you all. You have your own independence, and that's beautiful. That's all I want for me and Cordell. And I just want you all to just break down a little of the TV wall and see that we are real people.
So yeah, they came through and they did what they needed to do. And honestly, they are really the only newbies that that stayed around when you think about it. Yeah, everyone else kind of came and went. And, you know, we'll see how Drew and Sonya turn out. But yeah, yeah, season 5 was a great season. No, I couldn't stand Kenya on season 5 and season 6. But, you know, she came through and she did what she needed to do. She was the villain. Every show needs a villain, and she did that. In the number 3 spot, I'm going to put season 3. This was the peak of Kim versus Nene. This was the season where a lot of y'all have pointed out in my comments when I reacted to season 3 clips that this was the first and last time we saw Kim on a trip with the ladies. This is when they went to Miami for Cynthia's bachelorette party, and Nene went in on her, called her assistant a slave, and stayed in her friend's house, all while she was dragging Kim.
You think you can talk to people like they're a slave? Your slave is behind you.
But you got up out of your chair and got in my face.
You got up out your chair.
You were strangle me again.
She's so ridiculous. I will strangle you and throw your ass in that.
I know. She told me she'd run me over. Snap my neck. She said she snapped my neck.
I will snap your neck. Snap your neck and pop your eyeballs out all at the same time. Sister.
Right. You be quiet and
talk to her. Don't touch my arm. Come on with your wig. Come on, wig. Bye, wig. Diane ain't going nowhere. We about to get this party started, and we're gonna stay in your friend's room. Cheers to the girls' weekend.
Cheers,
Let's get it calm. You better watch those B words, baby. You better watch those before you end up over in the ocean. Cheers.
You know, we also got to see a different side of Nene. We saw her working as a regular citizen. We saw her and Greg going through a divorce. You know, we were introduced to Cynthia and Phaedra. And in my opinion, they both came in representing Real Housewives. They were really good additions to the show. We got Phaedra and her whole due date situation, lying about the due date.
When was your due date?
And it was July, but this baby getting ready to come up out of here.
July?
We got Cynthia and her wedding and her family dynamics and how they tried to stop the wedding from happening.
We're about an hour away from the wedding. All the guests are here. Everything is set up. We don't have the marriage license. I don't know if this wedding's gonna happen.
The wedding was chaotic. And then, you know, we had Nene versus Kim. Kim and Kandi with the don't be tardy for the party. It was a lot that was going on season 3. Season 3 was really good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the number 3 spot. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Okay, so top 2. Second spot is gonna have to go to season 9. Even though what happened in season 9 was so horrible and so vile and so dark, it was actually a great season. We saw Kenya and Phaedra come together and get along for a little bit and do something nice for the kids.
Ready? Hit it, child.
Portia and Phaedra developed a new friendship. You know, some friendships fell apart with Phaedra and Kandi.
So what I want to do is have Phaedra speak, because she's the one who told me that Kandi said that. You said that?
We saw Kenya with her boyfriend drama with Matt. We saw Cynthia and Peter getting a divorce. Kenya and Sheree had the house rivalry. Everybody had stuff going on. Even though the Kandi, Phaedra, Portia thing was the main focus, everybody pulled their weight. And I will definitely say that the show was not the same after this season, in my opinion. Phaedra was gone for good, and when Nene came back, we got a completely different Nene. Season 9 was truly the end of a good run. 10 was a good season, but yeah, it was just different. Okay, so in that number 1 spot, you probably already know what it is because I haven't mentioned this season yet. If you've watched any of my other videos, I've already said this was my favorite season. I am going to have to put season 6 in the number 1 spot. Season 6 was lit from beginning to end. From pillow talk to Mama Joyce getting crunk on Carmen.
Joyce, come on. Sit down, baby. She needs to get the out of here. This is a family thing. You ain't no damn family.
To Kandi getting crunk with her red hair and pillow talk and getting crunk on Kenya.
Everybody's blocking you out right about it.
Everybody's not blocking me out right now.
And you know nobody give a about what you saying. So sit your ass down.
I will drag that hoe. You got business, you understand me? Oh my God, Candy, don't do that. I will drag you in this bitch.
Portia's divorce drama to Chuck versus Phaedra, and then hiding from Apollo at Pillow Talk.
Back in the day, when you was trying to come up and be super successful, I was that guy in Atlanta. I was in my prime. I was from your hometown, and that's what it is. What describes who we really were, we're the first version of friends with the benefits, girl.
You get my purse. Please, get my purse.
We had Monique.
So last night, you know, you got red and all that stuff.
No, I did not get red.
Well, no, you did get red now. Now, Monique, it doesn't matter if you didn't feel red. Even if you didn't receive it, you got red, okay?
We had Natalie.
And bottom line for you to say that he want to date up, you just let me know you think I'm a hot bitch. And I am. And it's all good. And the buck stops here. Because it don't get no hotter. You're right.
We had Nene versus Kenya. Nene versus Marlo with her Donald Trump hair.
She don't know the definition of a friend. You have to kiss her ass to be a friend. And go get that Donald Trump hair redone.
We had Nene versus Peter when she called him the B word.
You stop trying to be a damn bitch.
We had Greg versus Peter.
It don't matter to me, Peter. What do you want to do about it? I'm telling you, you better not get your ass in my wife face.
The season was moving. It was very entertaining. Also, we had some Kenya, Phaedra, Apollo drama, and y'all know this was the reunion where Phaedra just gave the best read. Rehearsed or not, it was the best read in Housewives history, in my opinion.
And while she's sitting around running around talking about my husband and the father of my children, and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor, honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
This was the best reunion of Atlanta. This reunion has so many quotable moments, from that read to I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I mean, season 6 just takes the cake for me. The best season and the best reunion. And this was also pretty much the beginning of the end of Nene and Cynthia's friendship contract, which was a pretty sad thing to watch. But yeah, season 6 was just top tier Atlanta Housewives. It was the best season. Let me know if y'all agree with that or not. I know a lot of people love season 9, and I did too. That's why I gave it the second spot, but no, I don't think it was better than season 6. But yeah, that was my opinion. That was my ranking of the seasons. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, if y'all agree with y'all's rankings. Leave it all in the comments down below, and let me know what other types of videos like this you want to see in the comments. And remember, I haven't seen most of the franchises, so like, you know, keep that in mind when you request things. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.